Hi YouTube, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery. You can visit me on the web, caltoncutlery.com. Okay, so yesterday I put out the video introducing the new Barred Rock goblet style slingshot, right? So anyway, I sold a couple of them this morning, and so these need band sets. So I figured I'd go ahead and show you how to tie on a band set because, like I said in the video yesterday, these will come banded and they will come with an extra band set. Okay, that way you are ready to go right out of the box. So, you know, the second you hit the Go Baby Go button on the credit card on the website, and then 1 to 3 days later, once you get the box to your doorstep, you open up the box, it will come banded up and ready to go with some ammo so that you don't have to waste any time, you know, trying to find something else. You can go ahead and get shooting. All you need to do is provide your own target and your own safety glasses and your own, you know, target range and everything. But these bands, eventually they will break, they'll snap, you'll get them caught on something and it'll tear them. Well, you know, and if you're lucky, as you keep shooting them, they'll start to lose some of their elasticity. You know, I mean, it just kind of wears out over time. So anyway, so you'll need to know how to tie on a new band set. So we've got a slingshot right here. This stuff right here I get from GZK. This is band tying tape, and it's a pretty thin elastic ribbon. There's some light over there. And it comes in a whole bunch of different colors. Purple just happens to be the roll that I'm working on right now. So you'll need, now you can use this band tying tape. You can use cut up pieces of old band sets. Works really good. The thicker rubber bands, I don't think I have any out here, but you know, like office rubber bands, they're about, that wide or so, and maybe that big around. Those work great for tying band sets on also. Okay, so what we're going to need is, if we're going to use the band tying tape, we're going to need to cut off, about that much, which is 11 inches. That might be a bit much, but it's okay. Where are we going here? All right, there's the slingshot. Let's do this band set right here. You know, these should be, I mean, the pattern is symmetrical, but, you know, there might be a side that you decide that you like more for to look at, you know, whichever way. So what you're going to want to do is, I'm going to want this side with this little notch right here facing me, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the band set, and you see these little ears right here? I usually start on the fork nearest to me, and then put that on to where the band's on the top of the fork, and then the little ear is on the bottom. The inside of the pouch is facing up, okay? You're going to want to leave, actually let's try to do it this way. I like to situate the band pretty close to the outside edge, so it's over here versus over here. Okay, so get it pretty close to the outside edge and leave, you know, about the same amount overlapping the groove. Okay, so the corner of this band is just a little bit above the corner right here of the fork tip. Okay, so you grab your band tying tape, hold it with your thumb. Now the first wrap can be taut and not tight because it's kind of just capturing things. See how that's nice and even all the way across? There's no wrinkles or anything. Okay, so now that it's down, I can pull it a little bit tighter. Now on the other side, when that wrap comes around, I'm holding it with that finger, releasing everything, picking it back up. Now I can start laying it in pretty tight. Okay, now after a couple of wraps I can let go of that. Then I'm going to want to fold that section of the band over and then come across the top of that little tag end. See there? And remember, see, I'm catching, once it goes on the underside, I'm catching it with that finger in between, you know, that finger and the frame to hold it. And honestly, I mean, I guess you can count wraps, but I don't think it really matters. I mean, as long as you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 wraps around everything. Now this part, you can use either a string or a piece of wire, paper clip, something like that. This is odd. I usually hold this tight kind of up into my chest when I'm doing this. Okay, so we got our piece of wire there. So we're going to go over the top of the wire. See how there we go. And we're going to want at least 1 wrap. 2 if we can get it. Okay, so that one right there is going over our wire. Wrap it down, catch it with a finger. There's 2. And I think we're going to have enough left. Then I can catch it a 3rd time. Okay. So now we get it to here and kind of pinch it there. Now we can start slipping this wire down. Thread the tape through the end of the wire. Okay. Now pull it through. Now you have 2 options here. One, you can kind of pull it down until it makes a loop and then pull it out and kind of straighten this part right here out a little bit. Okay, that leaves this little tag end right here so that if you want to untie it and then retie it, you just pull on that and it'll, you know, undo it and you can unwrap it and then maybe adjust your band set down a little bit and then tie it again. Or you can pull it all the way through if you're pretty sure you're never going to want to use that band tying material again. All right, so that's one side. Let's see. Stick that right there. Okay. Okay, so now the other side. Got a little bit of dust on that part there. Okay, remember that was about like that. So it'd be pretty much even on both sides, the same amount going down this way. All right. So now you do it the same way. That first row can be kind of taut and not tight, just to kind of make it a little bit easier. It seems to me if you try to go too tight on that first wrap, you'll like bubble this. There'll be like a little wrinkle in there. All right, so now that we got it captured, we can go ahead and start laying it in tighter. Okay, now this is the part, here I'll step around, that way I can put it up into my chest while I'm working on it. Now we double this over. Now the band tying tape like this, it's really nice because it's so thin that it lays up inside even pretty shallow band grooves. That's the groove right here. It lays up in there and you know, makes a nice neat looking tie tie-in. Kind of the bad thing about the stuff is that it is kind of thin and kind of fidgety for us with those of us with a little bit thicker fingers. Okay, tuck that in, catch it right there. Push that through the end of your wire. You can also use string if you don't have a piece of wire. And then we pull it through. And I like to leave that little tag in there just in case I ever want to reuse that band tying tape. The band tying tape, you can reuse it. It will be kind of stretched out. Let's actually put you over here. It'll be kind of stretched out after you use it the first time. And so it won't have as much, quite as much stretch, you know, the second time that you use it. The pieces of old bands, they're probably my favorite, although they don't lay down inside your band grooves quite as neat as the band tying tape does. All right, there's more to kind of stick out, but you know, that does kind of give you, give your thumb something a little bit rubbery to kind of, to kind of grab a hold of, for your thumb to grab and not slip past. It's 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. So anyway, so once you get it done right, you will have what looks to be like a V, okay, or a trough. Like if you were to drop a ball, if you were to drop a ball here, it would roll towards you until it fell out, of course. But it looks like that. In fact, let's for these slingshots, like I said, I don't know the skill level of everybody that's going to be getting these. So to start off with, and I want these to be as fun as possible, so let's draw little smiley faces on the tops. That one's got kind of a weird little face on him. So those smiley faces need to be on top, okay? Once you got it banded up, this is no good because you can't see the smiley faces, right? You're pulling directly against your tie-in. You need to go over the top, okay? That way your tie-in is over here, that elastic goes over the top, and it provides more friction, okay, so that this tie-in can't come out. All right, so that's how you tie up a band set, at least how you attach it to the forks. In another video, I'll show you how to tie the pouch on and all that kind of stuff. So anyhow, so now that we got it set up, let's see if I can't redeem myself from that really awful shooting I did yesterday. Okay, now in between, okay, so you see Vance's bug there. And in the corner you see the catch box, the little bitty catch box on top with the orange circles or flippers, and the white catch box on the bottom. There's a little bitty tiny orange spinner that's about 1 inch diameter at the bottom. And then there's another one, a white one with a red center. I want to say that's a 60 or an 80 mil wide target. So let's go ahead and grab a couple of pieces of 8 mil steel and see if we can't ring that white target there. Yesterday on camera, I just could not seem to hit that dang thing. I think I only hit it like twice out of 5 shots. I hit it. It was on the right edge, but I hit it. There we go. And of course it flipped it up, got it caught up into the duck head. So now when that happens, that spinner I really need to retie it because it hangs too low. So it'll, if I hit it, it'll spin up and then get caught on top of the duck head target above it. So now the only way to get it loose is to hit the duck head target, and that'll release the spinner. Just like that. Okay. So that's how you tie a bandset. You know, now that I think about it, I might go ahead and draw the little smiley faces on each one of them as they go out. Remember, I probably should have been wearing my safety glasses. Check your bandset before you go shooting. Make sure that that these knots and wraps look pretty good, that there's no cuts or tears or anything. Usually a bandset will fail right up here next to the pouch. But just check those, make sure they look like they're in good order. Take a look at your bandset, make sure that it's not, or your knots right here, make sure that they're not slipping. With a tie-in like this where you tie it and then you fold it over and then you wrap it some more, you know, I've never had one of those come loose. I mean, never. Even with really heavy bandsets. It's a really secure way to do it. But, you know, double check, make sure it's you know, all good, because the last thing you want is one of these failing, because then, I mean, if that fails down there at the end of the fork, guess where that's coming? Yep, right back at your face. If it fails back here, then this elastic is just going straight away, you know, so not such a big deal. But anyhow, that is how you're going to tie on your replacement bandset. Yeah, I think that's about all there is to that. So again, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery, and visit me on the website or web caltoncutlery.com. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.